Some people smoke meth. Some people smoke crack. Some people snort coke off of Ricky's ball sack. I've tried them all. Don't get me wrong. The best high there is comes from a bone. I like smoking pot a lot. I like getting stoned alone. I like vaping weed indeed. I think edibles are incredible.
All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the podcast that doesn't exist. You guys might remember, I guess it was about a year ago, right, Wheeler, that we did this the first time?
Yeah, that's right, man. One of my favorite podcasts, my man Jahova.
That's right.
Whatever you call you.
We did a podcast that didn't exist, and it was a lot of fun.
It existed because it aired, right?
Yeah,
on your
that's
YouTube
true.
channel.
But I've never done one before that, and then I never did one after until now, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, you do basically. You got a podcast where you just interview me.
Right. It's honestly it's you and I. You know, we do it together. I guess we just don't do very many episodes. It seems like.
Exactly. We do one when I need it to promote a new record.
Yeah, exactly. And then, once the next record comes out, you'll hit me up again, and it'll all be good. Well, first of all, man, thank you so much for having me out. If you guys didn't know, if you guys follow me on social media and stuff like that, you probably know. Wheeler actually got me out to one of his shows in Columbia, Missouri.
Let people know who it is. I'm Wheeler Walker Jr.
Wheeler Walker Jr. I just assume they know by now,
I don't know. But
you've kind of blown up since the last time we talked. I mean,
I don't know about that. What was the show you came to? Was that a decent sized show? I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know like the capacity of the place or whatever, but I mean, it was packed. That place was completely full.
Like the problem is all the gigs are running into each other right now. Like I forget what's what.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's the case, but it was really cool, and I appreciate you getting me and you got like 7 of my buddies in there, and we got
man. I kept making fun. I hope you weren't offended. I kept making fun of you. I didn't have anybody bring someone guests before, but it was cool to meet you and your buddies, man.
Yeah, no, that was fun.
I was happy. I was happy to do it.
Yeah, for sure. It was a good time, and you played your new song, "I Like Smoking Pot." And that was good. And then you just dropped that music video, like a week ago, 2 at the most?
Yeah, I think it's doing pretty well. But the problem, I mean, I don't know. To me, that's one of my cleaner songs. It's just about weed. No, it's not about, there ain't no pussy, no fucking in it,
Yeah,
but
it's
still,
just about weed
people
and
like
edibles.
Spotify won't put it on playlist. Obviously, radio won't touch it. So it's doing okay with my core fans. It's just still, it's just kind of, there's no big, I mean, this is what I've been doing. My whole thing is I find YouTubers. I go do, Corolla, Rogan, Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura. I do the podcast rounds. I don't have time. I would say I do have time for the mainstream shit. I just, no one will have me. So I actually like what I do better. I'd rather just, meet dudes on Twitter and talk to them,
Yeah, and you probably get, about the same views, I would say. You know what I mean? The same ears, the same eyeballs, whatever, however you want to look at it. I feel like the same amount of people.
That's why I like talking to you. I mean, you don't have to brag, but I mean, your YouTube page is huge, right?
Yeah, it was huge. I blew up a long time ago though, so there's a lot less people around now. But I mean, yeah, there's still.
Shit!
People
I'm gonna hang. I'm gonna hang
exactly.
up.
Yeah, you didn't look into it enough beforehand. Or your manager dropped the ball. One of the two. You can blame it on him. I don't care.
I'll blame it on him. But yeah, I mean, my thing is just go where they want you. And the mainstream. I don't want to get all political or anything, but the mainstream media, you just don't need it anymore. These kids nowadays, they listen to podcasts, they listen to, they watch YouTube videos, they watch, I don't know what the new shit is, Twitch, is that what someone told me?
Yeah.
That kind of shit, Snapchat, whatever, Instagram, going on Jimmy Fallon ain't gonna fucking help you. And
no, for sure.
Good timing for me because I can't go on Jimmy Fallon.
Well, whatever it is, it's working because like I said, whenever we did this the first time, I felt like a lot of people were like, who the fuck is this guy? And then, but I went to that show, and to be honest, no offense, but I was pretty blown away by the fact that place was packed. And I've seen some of your pictures on social and everything. You've filled some pretty big venues, and not just the shows with Kid Rock. Just the solo Wheeler shows have been
Yeah,
And
we're
they've
doing
had pretty
some.
good attendance.
We're doing a big. If any of your listeners or fans are on the West Coast, we're doing a big run of West Coast shows. And in November, check my website. We're doing like 2,000 seat places. Like the Novo in L.A. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I mean, they can check my website for exact dates. But
Yeah,
then we come
definitely.
back
I'll
and
link all that
yeah,
below.
these will be all record release shows for my new album, WW3. Pre-order now, WW3.
I'll have that link below too. And just so you know, I already pre-ordered that as soon as I saw the link. So
Oh man, I
I'm
would have
excited
given
for
you.
that.
But I'm glad you did. But I would have given you one.
It's all good, man. It's all good. I
I'll
saw
get you. I'll get you.
the
Get you an
packages that
autograph
you're
one.
doing. Oh yeah, hell yeah. The packages that you're doing are really fucking cool. Like one of them even comes with a guitar, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a bit. I don't think I would have bought it. It's pretty pricey. But there's all
Yeah.
kinds of packs you get from my website. Buy just the album, the digital version, the CD, the vinyl. I like physical, but you can get them. Pay a little more to get them signed. You can pay more. Like literally, you can get a signed guitar if you want it.
Yeah,
Which
which is pretty
I mean,
badass.
it's pretty expensive, but $300. I mean, guitars. That's a pretty good deal, I thought, for a guitar.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, and just the album is like what, 10?
Something like that. I wish I had the price in front of me, but when my
It's pretty-
manager
it's pretty
said
low.
when my manager said he wanted to do a package with a signed guitar, I said, I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to look like, I don't want to sell $2,000 packages. He told me we could do a package with a nice Epiphone guitar for $300.
I'm
Album
sure
and
people are gonna
guitar,
buy it.
signed guitar. Yeah, so I told him that's cool. I mean, I know $300 is a lot of cash, but I mean, I go to the guitar store a lot. I don't see no $300 guitars.
Right. Yeah, definitely. So what's it like going back to the Kid Rock thing? What's it like touring with Kid Rock? Are you still in the middle of that tour? You're still touring with him? Are you done with the Kid Rock tour?
I got two. By the time this airs, probably I'll be done. I got 2 dates left,
Okay, cool.
and then that's it.
You have any crazy Kid Rock stories or any?
No, everyone is asking me that, and I don't mind. I don't mind that they ask, but the reality. I don't know how much you saw it by seeing me backstage, but the reality of touring is, I hate to say it, but it's pretty fucking boring. You're sitting on a bus all day.
Oh yeah.
Like we played Pittsburgh the other day, and we got in at 8 a.m. and the show's at I want to say 9:30 p.m. So it's like, what do you do?
You just sit around and play with your dick until the show.
Yeah, play with my dick. Or have my wife, play with my dick because she can make it out to the show.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that too. Is it different being out on the tour now that your wife has an Instagram? Seems like she gets a little bit jealous, maybe a little controlling.
Yeah, well, no, well, actually, the fact that the new album's about my wife and son, it's like my first love album, which and not to scare you off, it's still raunchy and crazy and dirty. It's a Wheeler's version of a love album, but I've always wanted to do a love album, so it's my version of that. But yeah, I know, knowing that, I mean, she may get pissed off before or after the show or during or whatever, but the songs are all about her and the family, and they're all love songs. So creatively, it feels good to me.
Nice. So is there any duets? Because I know one of my favorite songs from the second album was that duet. You got any duets with the wife, or is she just in the lyrics?
I don't want to rat her out. But she can't fucking sing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, we no duets. I'll be honest with you. A little inside knowledge here is getting a duets when you're an independent artist like myself. The duets, they can fuck you, man. It fucked me last time. You don't get you got to get their rights, their record company to sign off all this shit, and it actually caused me a bunch of headaches last time. So I actually consciously said, okay, no more fucking duets. I just
Right.
I mean,
makes
luckily,
sense.
I'm just to be honest, I'm happy the song ever came out. There was a time there where the song was going to have to be, not released, but we figured it out. But still, getting that close makes you go, you don't want to make creative decisions for that. But I don't want this headache again.
Yeah, for sure. Well, because you sent me the early album, so I got to hear it, and then when it came out, it was different, and so yeah, I'm guessing that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we had to get a different singer. It was just a pain in my fucking ass.
Oh,
But
sure.
I decided, I got a pretty enough voice. You don't need another one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's the same band as always.
Yeah, definitely. So the band that's on the records, the first and the second, those are the people that are playing with you live on tour.
No, that's different people.
Okay.
The guys who are on the record are my producer Dave Cobb, who did Chris Stapleton, Sturgill Simpson, a million people.
Right.
The people who are on on the records are my friends who are play on all Dave Cobb's records.
Oh,
So I
okay.
got my own live because they're studio guys, so they don't really do the road, you know.
Right. Yeah.
So they just stay in the studio. So I have to get into different. I'd love to take them on the road. Don't get me wrong, but I don't got that kind of money. They're too damn good. Hopefully they'll get poor soon, and I can afford them. But
Well, the guys that
right,
you had on the road were damn good too. What do you had
yeah, I'm
the
not
chick on bass or whatever?
on
She
guitar. Yeah,
guitar, yeah. She busted out a
she's a hell
solo
of
at the end of the show and it was nuts.
yeah. How great is she? Huh?
Yeah. I mean,
Her
she
name's
was killing it.
Ellen Angelico. She's a great guitar player.
Yeah, it was great. It was a really good show. I highly recommend for anybody that, checking out the tour dates if there's anything in your area to take a bunch of friends out and get drunk and enjoy the show because it
Yeah, I'm
was a
trying
damn
to
good
think
show.
what we got before the rest of the year. I know we got a run around Michigan, like Cleveland, 3 dates in Michigan. And then we do the 4 dates out west: L.A., Santa Ana, San Diego, Phoenix, and then we wind up the year with Nashville, Chicago, Milwaukee, and that'll be it.
Nice, nice. When you swung through Missouri, you did Kansas City as well, didn't you?
Yeah, Kansas City. Oddly enough, I don't know why it's one of our biggest markets. We do that's our biggest shows. We do. So I think honestly, there's a DJ there named uh, um, I'm blanking on his name, but he's an
Kravitz?
awesome dude. No, he's just the best dude, and I feel bad. I'm like he's a buddy of mine, but I'm just
Can't
sometimes
remember his
you
name.
just blank on
Oh, for
people's
sure.
people's name, and he plays our song on the radio, so we go there, we'll do a few thousand, and just people go crazy. And
Oh,
so
that's good.
Kansas City is huge for us. And then I think that was my first show in Columbia.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. It was the club was called the Blue Note. I don't know if that helps ring any
Yeah,
bells.
I feel like it was more of a theater, right?
Yeah, it kind of seems like a theater, and then there's a bar right at the back of the theater because I think there is some upper seating too, above the
Yeah,
bar.
it was a cool place. I remember it. I don't remember specifically, but I remember. You know how you remember shows? You remember when you go when when you. I still remember. I remember leaving the show, going, "That was a good show."
Right.
That's
Well,
how.
backstage was down below the stage too. I don't know if that helps. Is backstage always
Yeah,
like below the stage like that, or usually it's just
no,
backstage, right?
not usually. It's backstage, but yeah, that was. I've noticed some of these clubs are so old; they just do whatever it's like
Yeah.
it was built 50 years ago. They got to figure out a backstage. And sometimes they just do, Sometimes I've seen them above the stage too. It's just whatever they can
Oh,
do.
nice. Yeah, I noticed. I was surprised how small backstage was there. It was kind of funny. It was like an itty bitty
Well,
basement.
I'll tell you what, I ain't surprised no more. I wish I was surprised, but unfortunately, that's the normal.
Right. Yeah. Have you? What's your favorite gig? I mean, have you ever had one that's just like stood out over all the others? That just backstage and the overall experience, I guess.
Well, I was just talking. We just played this place called Stage AE in Pittsburgh. It's like a really nice venue, and it was really big. And my new thing, just because I'm touring so much, is the experience getting off the bus, getting into backstage, and just less hectic, the better. Not having to walk through the crowd. And all. Not that I don't like seeing the fans, but just the easiest experience possible. That was a good one. And
Right.
obviously, it's been cool doing amphitheaters now. Kid Rock and Brantley Gilbert has been cool. It's just cool to go out. I can play the show and go out and hang out with 20,000 people when I'm done.
Definitely. How does it go when you do a Kid Rock show? Like obviously a lot of people are there for Kid Rock. When you come out, are they like, who the fuck is this guy? Or are you like surprised by the amount of people that know the words to the song?
Oh yeah, and I'm also surprised. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'm surprised how many people know the words, and I'm surprised how close they get to the front of the stage. Because my fans come to the front, so
Oh
they're
yeah.
and I don't even have to remember the lyrics; they're screaming them at me. And sometimes, like I'll see like a little kid, and I'll yell into the microphone, "Get this fucking kid out of here!" Because it throws
Oh,
me
for
off.
sure. Speaking of that, I saw on social you got a little bit of a viral clip. You were doing a show and what happened? Some chick in the front row like hit another chick or hit a dude or something, and you told her to get the fuck out. You like stopped the show and kicked her out?
Oh yeah, that happened a while ago. Yeah, this woman hit another woman, and I said, "Well, get the fuck out," you know. I
Yeah.
think she wanted to get to the front of the stage, and so there was a woman in her way. So she figured the best way to get her out of the way was to grab her by the ponytail and smash her up against the gate. And that's
You weren't
one way
having
to do it. Yeah, that's one way to do it. But if I see you, you're fucking out. And
Right.
I won't say security is pretty good about getting her out, because my thing is, if you don't hurt my fans. You know, if you hurt
Oh,
a
yeah,
fan,
definitely.
my new thing is I don't play. You know, if you're causing trouble and you're ruining other, because I like going to concerts, you like going to shows,
Yeah.
but I don't want to go to a show and get beat up. You know, I just need my shows to be a safe place. You know,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
and if I see some fucking violence go down, my thing is I stop the show and I say I ain't playing one more fucking note till the person who caused it leaves. You know, and not that I don't like a little bit of energy and people going crazy, but I just don't want you hurting people. I mean,
Yeah,
this girl, I mean, she smashed this other girl's face really hard, and it looked like it fucking hurt. Especially, I just don't want to see women getting hurt at my shows. You know.
Yeah, right. That's a little too far. I mean, the show that I was at, it got pretty wild and crazy. I mean, the venue was into it. Everybody was singing, having a good time, and all that. But
But yeah, but there
no
was
one was
no,
hitting anybody.
yeah, no punching. I mean, like I've never been so excited about a show that I punched the person next to me.
Yeah, right. Did
I mean,
you?
if I do that, I'll do that at home.
Yeah, definitely. Did you remember when you guys were in Colombia? I was chilling at the Airbnb before the show, and your manager accidentally he texted me. He was trying to text somebody else. And he texted me and was like, "Hey man, where can I get some paper clips?" You remember that? And I was like, "Fuck, I don't know, man. Like wherever you get like office supplies, I guess." Did he tell you
Shit,
about that?
no, he didn't. I don't know what the fuck he would need paper clips for.
Yeah, I don't know. It was super fucking
I
random,
mean,
but
yeah, you saw my show, and I don't know how he would ask you, but you saw my show. It's not very paperclip heavy.
no, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And then he realized that he accidentally texted me, and he was like, "Oh, my bad. I was trying to text somebody else." But I just thought it was funny. Have you ever like? I'm sure
Yeah.
being on the road on tour all the time is fucking crazy. Have you ever had like any nightmare situations where you need something and you just
I'll
have
tell
no
you
idea what to do?
Can I tell you the best one? My very first tour, my first big tour on a bus. I got on the bus. It was time to change my clothes. I opened my luggage. No underwear. Forgot my underwear.
Oh shit!
And
So
I'm
you,
like,
you send somebody out for that, or is that something you handle your own?
well, I was just like, I'll take care of it. I said, we're playing tomorrow. I told the tour manager, drop me off at a fucking Kmart and let's take care of that shit.
Just
But
like
it was
women do.
it was just like, such a rookie move, Like,
Oh yeah.
it's just like the tours are going to be a lot better if I have under. I just don't know how I did. I still, to this day, I'm like shocked that I fucking did that.
Shit happens. You guys got a pretty nice tour bus.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, we don't have enough shows and enough cash to just buy one or rent one for the year, so we kind of get a different one every weekend,
Oh,
which
okay,
is
right.
kind of a pain in the ass, but also kind of like a fun surprise. Like the bus pulls up and it's like a shower or a crazy big TV. It's just
Hell yeah.
it's fun if it's awesome, but if it's a shitty one, I got locked in the back of the last tour bus.
Like in the bathroom or just like in the back bedroom?
Back bedroom. I got a little bedroom in the back, and the door, it's sliding. It's electronic, and the door wouldn't open.
Oh damn! So you had to call for help?
Yeah, I always tell that. Yeah. I called my tour manager and I said, if you want to play the show tonight, let me know. And because I'm stuck in the back of the bus, and they have Spinal Tap style. They had to come, they had to turn the bus. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know what the fuck they did, but they finally got me out. But then it happened again. I don't know, but it's just like like. It's like again. I always tell that's a good story to tell when people are like, "Man, the road must be awesome, fucking killer, crazy, right?"
Where
I'm
you
like,
don't think of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not like it ain't fun if you gotta take a shit and you're trapped in a bus,
Yeah, or just in general when people take a shit on the bus. I'm sure it's not fun.
Yeah,
traveling with it.
well, that's the other thing people don't know. You can't shit on the bus.
You're not allowed to, or it's just like the unwritten rule.
Well, I don't know if I mean, well, I think you're not. I don't know. I think you are not allowed to. The point. It's a well-known thing with musicians or anyone who has tour buses.
Right.
It's
Just don't take a number two.
you can. Actually, it was funny. I saw MTV Cribs. Remember that show where they would show
Yeah.
people's house?
Definitely.
They did a special one on tour buses, and they talked to everyone. I remember Justin Timberlake. They go, "What's the rule? The main rule of bus?" And Justin Timberlake listening to the camera. He goes, "No number 2 on the bus." It's kind of like what evens everybody. Even Justin Timberlake, there's no way to number 2 on the bus.
No,
You know,
yeah.
because there's nowhere for piss. I guess they can dump it on the. You can't dump shit on the road.
Dump logs, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't go. It's not like it goes to a sewer. It just goes. And it goes into a little thing that empties out lower. So you can't just, if you shit, it would just be sitting on the bus.
That's
Like,
true. I only
no matter
take
how-
shits in public if it's an emergency anyways, so you wouldn't have to worry about me.
Well, I'd love it if you could. Someone told me there are some new buses that not to get too gross that actually chop up the shit.
That's awesome. Like a garbage disposal for shit.
Yeah, I'm not sure Austin's the world because I mean, would you really want that? It's still kind of
That's true.
gross.
Yeah. No, not really. Probably wouldn't want that at all.
Yeah, and I'm like you. I don't like to shit in public places, but your body kind of takes lets
If
you know.
you got it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Unfortunately.
which gets back to if the venue's nice, getting a nice bathroom, it becomes important.
Oh, definitely. So what are you going to do whenever all the touring's done? What are you going to do when you have some free time?
Fucking sleep, man. I'm so worn out. I mean, it's crazy because let's say Columbia. I don't know how far that is from Nashville. How long the drive is in a tour bus, especially, it's a little slower. But let's say 10
Right.
hours. So to get there in time,
That's
we'll
at
leave
least
at
that.
midnight. We'll leave at midnight the night before. So what we'll usually do is I'll just give you an example right now. Pretty much every Friday and Saturday we play with Kid Rock, and then to help make some extra money, we'll do a headlining show Thursday. So, which means we're going to leave Wednesday night. Again, I'm not bitching or something. It's what I love to do.
Right.
But so you get back from the Kid Rock show, you get back Sunday, and when you leave Wednesday, it's like my manager's talked me into you're only touring weekends.
Right.
I'm like, well, it's not really weekends. If I'm leaving Wednesday, get back Sunday. That means my
Yeah.
week is Monday and Tuesday.
Right.
So it just
It's like
starts
half the
adding.
week at least.
So all of a sudden you've been on tour weekends for 6 months, but you're only home so you're really just out all the time.
Yeah. I'm sure that'll be nice once it's all over. And when does WW3 come out?
WW3, my third record, drops November 30th.
You think they're going to allow it in stores anywhere?
My guess is no. Remember the last one I put that sticker on, just bragging that it was banned from Walmart, Walmart, Best Buy. My guess is they didn't take too kindly to that, and they're not going to change their mind.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't do the sticker this time. I just said, I think I have a sticker that says censorship is un-American or something like that, and maybe a parental advice. Because I don't want little kids. It's not made for little kids. I'm the first to admit that. So
Yeah,
I put the parental guide, the parental warning sticker on it, just to be safe. Because I just don't want some little kid to listen to it and have their parents call, my manager or something. Well, actually, I don't care if they do or not, to be honest with you. But I just don't want that. If they do it, I want them to say like, "Hey, you bad fucking parent. I had the sticker on there."
Yeah, you should have paid attention to what the hell your kids were doing for sure. What else comes in? What else comes in the album packages? Because there was more than just the guitar. I remember there was some like mid-tier stuff too that looked cool.
Yeah, there were some cool new T-shirts. There's a sticker that says Wheeler Walker Jr. is my dad. I saw that.
Yeah, I remember that.
I gotta say more on top of this shit. I'm trying to think there was probably some crazy shit. We always do crazy shit, but I have not been keeping up with it as much as I should.
I like the poster you had at the venue too. The one that I picked up. The Wheeler Walker Jr. says "fuck you." I think is that what it is?
Yeah. I keep getting requests to make a T-shirt of that, so I gotta do that.
Oh yeah, no, that would be definitely good. It seemed like a lot of people were picking up merch and everything too, so I'm hoping.
The merch has been good. We got this new T-shirt that people are loving. It's a blue shirt. It just says "Big Did you see that one? Did they have it for that show? It says, "I listen to Wheeler Walker Jr. because I don't give a fuck about shit."
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I saw there was a lot of interest around the merch booth. A lot of people picking up stuff, and also I don't know if you remember because we went down backstage before the show, and you signed all of our shit, and then so we put it in a box and they kept it at the merch stand. After the show, we had to come back and get that box full of stuff, and people were so goddamn curious about that box walking out of the venue. I thought we were gonna get jumped because they thought I don't know what they thought we had, but they were
They
just
probably thought, yeah, like I gave you like a box of weed or something. You know?
yeah. I think that's what they thought because on the side it said like Wheeler and something I don't know, but yeah, I was
But you
concerned
made
until
it.
we got into the
You
Uber.
made it okay, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. We ended up going to like a Waffle House that night and eating
Well,
away some of the drunkenness. So, but it was
yeah,
good times.
that's the best. My music's made for the pre-music for Waffle House.
Yeah,
To me, that Waffle House is the show. I'm just warming up.
it's the pre-show, right? But it was a good pre-show, so
Cool, man.
really enjoyed it.
I'm glad you and your buddies had fun. It means a lot.
Yeah, definitely. No, we appreciate it a lot. It was a good little like mini vacation, I guess.
And where do you live again? Are you allowed to say, or does it ruin your mystery?
No, I live out in it's a town called Sedalia, so it's like I don't know, it's about an hour and a half away from Columbia.
Okay, yeah, you told me that night, but I forgot. Yeah, so that's actually, I would say you probably would have enjoyed that show more than Kansas City. Kansas City's great, but it's a little crazier. It's
Right.
like a really kind of old honky tonk right by the train tracks. Like every cliche you would think about
Oh, I'm sure.
of an old school country bar. I mean, it's wild, man.
Oh yeah,
But
definitely.
it's a lot of fun.
Was there where have you seen the most rednecks?
In my fucking house.
True, yeah.
I don't know. You know what? You see him. I mean, Kid Rock. You know,
That's true.
they fucking airlift him in there.
They flock to that shit, I'm sure.
Yeah,
But
interesting.
it's your own kind, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's my people, I guess. I mean, I'm from Kentucky, but you know, he's a Detroit redneck. That's a different fucking breed, man.
That's a whole different breed, I guess, if you really
Is
stop
it? I
and think
guess you
about it.
you could even argue if that is that even a redneck, you know?
Some might say no.
Yeah, maybe it's something else. I don't know, but yeah. And I will say this about Kid Rock puts on a hell of a show. You know, it's weird. I just play my songs with my instruments and I get off stage, and he gets this fucking explosions and giant screens ready. It makes me look kind of puny, you know.
Right. It's like, damn, what am I doing?
And then I'll go back to the bus and go to sleep, and I'll wake up and I realize I just, you know, that one of those explosions went off because I'm still in the parking lot, you know.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming he's got a little more budget than what your team does, so maybe
Yeah, I
one
don't
day
think-
you'll get to have the
Yeah,
explosions.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in his career, I don't know where he was, but I don't think it's any secret that he's more popular than me.
Right. But I mean, he's been around a lot longer too, so
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's been around, God, I mean, 20, 30 years. I don't know.
you're pumping out albums like a fucking madman though, so maybe you'll be there
Yeah,
soon.
that's my thing is I don't like these fucking YouTubes who put out an album every 5 years. It's just like, write your songs, make some studio. I just make sure what I do is my thing is I want an album a year. So I name the release date, and then I go backwards. I go, well, when do I get in the studio to get the album ready for that release date? So you need to put deadlines on yourself if you're a creative person. Just put, you know, this album came out November 30th, so I said I got to be out of the studio by August to get everything done. So
Yeah,
that's what I did.
deadlines and goals, they help a lot.
yeah, I put down the studio time. So no matter what, if I had the songs ready or not, I was making a record, which means I had to have the songs ready, and I did. So.
Definitely. So does that mean after WW3 drops, you're going to keep on working?
Yeah, that's the plan. We're still trying to get this, you know, concert movie together. I don't know what's going on with that. We had a deal for a while, and that fell through. So I want to do a concert movie next if we can figure out how to do it.
Oh yeah, I think I remember you tweeting something about that a while back, maybe before.
Yeah,
the tour started.
yeah, because people get pissed at me because I don't give a fuck. I mean, if somebody fucks me over, I name their names in a tweet. You know, I don't give a
Right.
shit.
Yeah. I've seen some of that too from you for sure.
Um,
That's how it should be.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if you fuck me over and if you don't want me to name your name, don't fuck me over. You know?
Yeah,
It's pretty
exactly.
simple.
Be decent.
Just be
people
honest.
and, you know,
Just be honest. That's all I care about. Honesty. You know.
definitely. Yeah, I mean, everybody should live by those rules.
Yeah. So what's up with you, man? What's the latest?
Not much. I mean,
still-
I just got back. It's kind of funny. You hit me up and you were like, "Yeah, I've got my first week off from tour in a long time," and I was like, "Well, that's funny because I'm fucking leaving." You know, I was heading out to West Virginia to play a new game, so you know, I'm back from that now, but just kind of trying to keep my head down.
I know I asked you this before, but I'm still curious. So you make your living playing video games.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's how you make your living.
Yeah, I wake up and
fucking
play
crazy.
video games and record it and upload the shit, you know. So
That's crazy, man. That's a hell of a life, man. I
yeah,
would never
it's
thought when I
definitely
was a
interesting.
kid that you could have ever have done that. But that's cool, man. I really is. I'm proud of you, man. It's cool shit.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, and thanks for talking about me while you were on the Joe Rogan podcast, because I've had a lot of people hit me up since then and been like, "Oh my God, Joe Rogan and Wheeler were talking about you," because you guys were talking
Oh
about
shit!
the same shit.
I don't remember that, but I'm glad I did. I didn't. It wasn't an accident. I mean, I just don't. All these appearances kind of blend into each other.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no,
that's
I got hit up a
like
lot
like
about
I
that.
said it's the questions I always get. From people like, how do you make an independent record? How do you get people to hear it? It's just be open minded. Meet everyone you can meet. I didn't start off with just Joe Rogan. It was like Jahova. He's a fan. We start talking like, hey man, I got a YouTube page, and you said I want to try a podcast. I go, most artists would go, well, I don't have time for someone who's trying a podcast. You know,
Right.
I'm just like, what the fuck? What have I got to lose? I got nothing to do tonight. I mean, not tonight, but the first night we did, I was just like, start. You got to start with these baby steps, and just do those. I did a million little things, and then it got bigger, and then it's like, I'm out in LA doing press, and Joe Rogan and Bert Kreischer, the big podcasting dudes, and those dudes are way bigger than any fucking Tonight Show or any of that
Yeah,
shit. So,
yeah, fuck all that. Plus, you get a lot less restrictions.
yeah, I can actually talk. I can actually say my song titles.
Yeah.
So it's just that is my advice. Is just I would say my advice is always say yes to everything. I mean, up to a point. If there's some there's some fucking ass. I mean, I literally did a satanic podcast.
Nice.
The Church of Satan DM'd me and said, "You want to be on my podcast?" And I was just like, "Satanist by fucking." I mean, I'm not a Satanist, but I'm like, seems interesting.
But if they buy your album, then fuck it.
I mean, a Satanist pays the same price as everybody else.
Right.
I'm not going to go on and promote Satanism, but I'll talk to them. I got nothing against them.
Yeah, people can believe. People are free to believe in whatever the hell they want, and what does it bother you?
Exactly. That's kind of my thing. It's just like to be quite honest, I don't know a ton about religion, but I listened to a lot of like kind of dark like metal and Danzig and shit like that growing up. So I was just like,
Yeah.
I'd actually be interested in talking to these people. They're really cool dudes. It's just like it's like most people would go, oh, it's not good, especially country music.
Oh, yeah, they would never associate themselves with that.
Good for my image. I'm just like, what the fuck have I got to lose? I mean, I'm already a pariah in Nashville, so fuck it.
Yeah, right.
I mean, most of it's just accidents too. You saw the Instagram of Snoop Dogg singing my song.
Yeah,
and
that was awesome.
That opened me up to a whole new kind of like hip hop audience too. I mean, I wouldn't say I got a lot of hip hop fans, but it opened me up. There was a whole audience of people who literally, who are now literally like, I don't like country music, but except for Wheeler Walker Jr.
Right. I mean, that was me. I mean, I'll listen to some of the old school stuff and everything, but I don't listen to any like modern day country. Like I live in Missouri, so I have to deal with it a lot. When people turn it on, I'm like, fuck.
Well, yeah, I don't deal with that new shit. I'm with you on that, but yeah, I mean, I got no problem with people saying fucking country music. So that's what they like. That doesn't bother me at all.
Right.
I mean, I could if you gave me an hour with them, I could turn them on to some cool old shit. But it's not my job. But if they just if I think Snoop was kind of down because it was like country, really traditional classical country with almost hip hop style lyrics that he dug.
Right. Yeah. And you got a lot of people on Instagram that I see that like I don't know, just sing along with your shit and post it and everything. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, and a lot of the time I'll repost if they seem cool. Repost them.
Definitely. So back on the whole Joe Rogan topic and all that, are you have any of those big podcasts coming up?
I don't know. Well, I'm going out to LA in November to play these shows right before my album comes out. So the problem, I mean, not the problem, but the good thing about podcasts is they're so independent and do what they want. So it's not like the Tonight Show where you book it. Usually I got to get there and call, like, who's around,
Right.
So it's either a happy accident, it's like I can't talk to Rogan and book I don't book Rogan in November right now,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what people love about him. That's what I love about him is, it is what it is.
You just kind of hit him up closer to the time and see if it's doable or
not.
not.
I mean, he's not booking a month. It's not like he's getting sponsors and ads and shit. It's just like, it's just like, is he like, he probably doesn't even know if he's in town. I would guess. I mean,
Right.
I don't know. I mean,
He probably
like,
doesn't know his full schedule that far out in advance either.
I mean, the reason people do stuff that, like the way I do things or the way Joe does things is one of the things he loves about it is he doesn't gotta know his fucking schedule. And that was my only downside with the Kid Rock tour is I was locked in, and I didn't mind it, but then you're locked into a certain amount of touring, a certain amount. Once they put you on those big flyers and sell the tickets, you're locked in. I hate the feeling of being locked in. I'm an independent artist, and I do what I want, so I can have the freedom to say I don't want to do shit for 6 months.
Yeah, definitely. And it's kind of cool too because I mean I'm assuming quite a few people in the industry and more all the time, and like fucking everybody has a podcast. Like, I mean, like Bill Burr, I like to listen to the Bill Burr podcast, and the Bert, I can never say his fucking last name. That guy's hilarious.
Bert Kreischer. Yeah, his Bill Burr started this podcasting company called All Things Comedy, and the Wheeler Walker Jr. podcast is actually on Bill's network.
Yeah, I saw it. So that's your own podcast?
Yeah, I have my own podcast. I don't do it enough because I'm fucking lazy. I just sent in 2, so next couple of weeks I should have a couple episodes out.
Nice. And how do you do that? What's the format? Like, you just do it yourself? You just shoot the shit by yourself, or do you have guests?
Yeah, well, I used to have guests, and now I got too annoying booking guests. Now I have a hotline that people call and leave messages. I answer fan questions, which I actually enjoy it. It's fun talking to the fans. I like talking to fans on that, especially because they can't talk back to me.
Oh yeah, no, that's a damn good idea.
So I just answer fan questions every week or so.
Only the ones you want to, so
Yeah, exactly. And so that's been cool. And then Bill picked up my podcast. He does that, so that's cool. I'm actually going out to the All Things Comedy Podcast Festival end of October. That's in Phoenix. If anybody's in the Phoenix area. It wants to come out. They're doing a lot of cool shit. I think I don't know, but I would assume a lot of people from the All Things like Bill Burr and them are playing gigs there or doing their podcast live. So that's cool. That's gonna be fun. Yeah.
So he just features a bunch of different podcasts from like different comedians or personalities.
I guess I don't really understand, but podcast network is almost like a TV network like Netflix or whatever it is. Oh, okay. And Bill Burr started this company on his own, so his people I send my podcast in to this girl who works for his company, who edits it and uploads it, does all the I mean, it's pretty simple. It's not like a giant business empire, but it's like it makes things easier for me. And if they get ads, they take a piece of it. So it's like simple business, So
yeah, no, that's a really smart idea. I hadn't heard about
probably
that.
Like what you do with YouTube or something, right?
Right. Yeah. No, that's a good idea. I mean, podcasts are the new wave right now. So
yeah, and I didn't even know. I mean, I had no idea. I just got an offer from these guys. I know because Bill Burr had come to one of my concerts. And we talked a little bit, and he was a really cool guy. So I was just like, And then the offer came later. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. You can have it.
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, Bill Burr's fucking hilarious. For him to come to your show and appreciate what you do, it's got to be a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, he's a drummer too, so he's a musician. So
I didn't know.
Means a little. I mean, he's not playing, giant.
Right.
He's not playing for Aerosmith, but He's damn good, and but I always like it a little bit more when the people know music and they're fans.
Right. Yeah. Have you seen his show on Netflix? F is for Family.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I love that show. Waiting on that season 3, I believe it is.
I saw him tweet the other day that Vince Vaughn is in the new season.
Oh, nice. That'll be good.
Yeah, I always get weirded out because people always announce the stars in animation. I'm just like, I don't really give a fuck for Bill Burr, I want his voice, but I don't really give a shit who else the voice are.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because they do the same shit with video games. Like the new Call of Duty will come out and they'll be like, this character's voiced by this guy, and it's like, who the fuck? I'm still gonna play the game if either I'm gonna play the game or I'm not. But whether
what if it was some no name? You wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm still gonna play the shit. I always thought that
it's was just press, I guess. Yeah, how do I get in a fucking video game? Can you help me out with that?
Oh yeah, I could definitely help you out with that.
Are there any games that would allow dirty music in it?
Like getting your music actually into the game?
Or I'll voice a character. I'll do whatever the fuck they want.
Fuck, I mean, yeah, there's some out there that care less than others. There's some games that try to keep in those lower age ratings so they can
Yeah,
make more
I
money
mean,
in the stores. It's the same as the music
there
industry.
aren't a lot of the game. I mean, there's a Call of Duty where you like fucking blow hookers up and shit. You know.
At
So,
GTA, yeah, you can fuck a hooker. You pay a hooker in GTA, you fuck her, and then you can kill her and get your money back. You know that's GTA.
yeah, knowing me, you can fuck a hooker and kill her, but they're gonna say like no dirty words. You know, that's how I've known
Right.
it is. You can't
Some
say
of that shit's
fuck.
ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah, but I want a Wheeler Walker Jr. video game where I'll go kill pop country artists.
That would be pretty
Yeah.
badass. I'm sure you
Where
can
I
do that.
Well, I can't do it. I don't know how to fucking. I can barely fucking tune my guitar. How the fuck am I gonna make a video game?
I mean, there's got to be something out there that would know how to, get things going in the right direction. I'd play the shit out of that game.
Yeah, well, we got a big fucking YouTube gamer here ready to fucking promote it. So, gamers, if gaming companies are listening, Wheeler Walker Jr. Call a Pussy is ready to be fucking made. Let's do it.
That's it right there. I would play the shit out of that game. Maybe we can make it happen.
Yeah. Do the companies listen to your podcast? I guess we don't think so because you only do two. They've only been with me.
Yeah, they probably have no fucking idea, to be completely honest.
Yeah. Well, exactly. They don't know who I am.
Yeah.
I'll bet a lot of those companies are the same as everything else. They just want the hits of the day in there, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'd love to do a podcast more often. I feel like you said, it's like, oh, I'm just lazy, and booking the guests becomes a pain in the ass. Like, I feel like if I'm gonna do it, I gotta have like a co-host to help keep my ass in line with it.
Well, the other thing too is it's hard to get guests that people give a shit about. I've noticed too, there's guests that are like I love talking to, that the audience doesn't give a shit about, and the guests that the audience wants are people I don't give a shit about. So it's just hard.
Yeah. And then I would take that personally. Like, if it was a friend that I like talking to and they're like, fuck this guy, I'd be like, well, fuck you, There's not going to be an episode for a while.
You're preaching to the convert, man. I take everything way too fucking personal.
Yeah. Not so much when it's about me, but like when it's my friends and family and shit, I get all upset. I take it to heart.
No, I agree 100%. I mean, it's just sometimes it does become a little too, I mean, you'd have to get the point to get to is where you're Rogan, where you got an engineer and they come to it's big enough where they come to your studio.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that shit's cool. He's got it made.
Because I tried doing it. I did like Skype interviews, and people, it's different. It's you and I know each other, so the rapport's a little different. But in general, just doing Skype interviews is just too hard.
Yeah, for sure. It's all about Discord, man. Now, Discord's the new Skype.
What's Discord?
It's just a chat service other than Skype. Skype's like the old school,
That's why I'm talking to you. Catch me up on this new shit.
Yeah. See, and you can host your own servers with Discord, right? So like you could host a Wheeler Walker Jr. Discord server, and you can invite all your friends or all your fans, tweet it out and shit.
Tell me the new shit that I need to be doing in social media and all this shit to be promoting my new record.
Yeah, I mean, Discord servers can get pretty big. I got like 2,000 people that hang out in my server, so you've got all those people in there that are like your top hardcore fans. You know what I mean? You can.
Will you tell them to
up to
listen to
date
the
on that
podcast?
shit. We do what?
Will you tell them to listen to this podcast?
Oh yeah, definitely. With my Discord, everybody that's in there, every time I upload a video, they get a notification saying, "Hey, I uploaded this video." So they'll definitely.
Okay, cool.
They'll definitely see it.
Well, yeah, I'll check it out. I shall remember because it's the name of a punk label from the old days. So I'll check it out.
Just text your manager and be like, Discord server, make it happen, and then you can.
Yeah, and he'll ask you for paperclip.
Yeah, exactly. So then it'll never happen. You just get to yell at him.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be on paperclip.com. I'll be on staples.com ordering fucking paperclip.
Yeah, as long as it happens, man. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I'll check out Discord as soon as I get off the Skype here.
For sure, man.
Notice I was about to say off the phone, but it's off the Skype.
Yeah, right. You said you were wearing the AirPods or whatever right now, so you
I
know a little
did
bit about the technology.
Oh yeah, I did a podcast last year, and the host was just really cool. Was really cool, and he was a really kind of loaded radio. Just a really successful radio DJ, and he just ordered 4 pairs of AirPods, and he's like, because he thought they were cool, but he just thought they'd fall out of his ear.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he bought a bunch of extra ones. He's like, I've been wearing them, and they fit pretty well. Just because I'd asked him, I go, are these any good? He's like, I love them, and they don't fall. He goes, just take a pair. And I go, man, I can't, So I did, and I've had them in my ears pretty much since. I don't like talking on the phone without them now. They're pretty damn cool. You got them?
No, I haven't. I haven't ever. I switched over to the Android phones, so I don't have them. I mean, I'm sure there's something equivalent that I could get for mine, but
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I really like, I like the new technology as far as like sound and headphones and shit. Like the Beats guys have been sending me some shit, which was pretty cool.
that's good. Yeah, I was always worried with the AirPods, like keeping them charged and everything. And same as that one guy, I was kind of like, I don't want another thing I have to worry about losing because they're so tiny. And
Yeah,
shit.
it's literally never fallen on my ears. A little case that looks like dental floss.
Yeah.
That thing charges them.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's so you just keep that thing charged, and then
Yeah,
okay.
and then I'll keep that in my pocket, and when I'm not using them, they're charging in my pocket.
Yeah, that's it sounds pretty good actually. Holding a phone up to your face, that's that old
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. What is this? 2002.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think I need
So
to get on that.
what kind of phone do you have then? If you don't have an iPhone.
I got the Galaxy S9 Plus, so it's like the newest Galaxy.
Yeah, my iPhone fucking just broke yesterday. Just like literally just stopped working. I took it to the Genius bar,
Yeah.
which these guys ain't geniuses, but the guy just I think he knew who I was, and he just goes, "Hey man, I think it's fine, but you want a new phone just in case." I was like, "Fuck yeah."
Hell yeah, that
I
works.
thought about upgrading because I looked at there's that new like XS which is bigger.
Yeah,
I put it
the very new one.
in my pocket. It seemed like it fit in my pocket, but I don't know. I just need more if I need the big phone. Or not.
Yeah, I'm not huge on the big ass phones. The S9 Plus was bigger than before that. I had the iPhone 7, but it's not too bad. It's still manageable. But I put like the smallest case on the outside of it as I could because I don't like having a big phone in my pocket. But I like it. It's cool.
Yeah, I just don't. That's the other thing too is you got all that money in your pocket. I don't want to. What's the
Yeah.
point of buying a phone if you got 45 cases and screen protectors and shit?
Right. Well, as far as I
Yeah.
know, that's one thing I do like about Android. As far as I know, these are a lot better, rated or whatever if you accidentally do drop it in water and all that shit. So
Yeah, I mean, I would guess it's pretty much all the same shit.
for the most part.
More gamers use Android.
No, I'd say it's about half and half still. I mean, I don't know exactly what the ratio is, but gamers
But there's
can
no-
go with either.
But there's no games that are like big games that are Android, not
There
Mac,
are
right?
some. So some games will come out first on Android or iOS, and then they'll eventually
So they
come
go-
out on the other platform. But
So they go both ways.
yeah, for the
There's
most part.
there's no like gamer you have to get one phone or the other.
There. I think. Let's see. What was it? Is some of the Mario games? They came out with like Mario Run, and I don't know if that's on Android, but it is on iOS. They're coming out with a Mario Kart game that's going to be on iOS. When I say iOS, I mean iPhone. It's going to be on iPhone, and I don't know if it's going to be out on Android. So I guess if you're playing like these Mario games, those are like the only two examples I can think of.
Yeah, maybe sometimes they probably pay for exclusive shit. You know.
Yeah, I would say so.
What's I know I probably asked you this before, but what's your favorite game
My favorite game, like of all time, or what
of
do I
all
play
time
most recently?
and recently? Both.
That's fucking hard. So I get asked this quite a bit because I play a lot of games and live viewers and stuff like that. And I always kind of explain that like I don't really know how to answer that because I've been playing games since like
Oh, it's
fuck,
not
the
to
90s.
interrupt, but
Yeah.
is YouTube. You do YouTube live? Is that a thing?
It's a thing, yeah. But I do the Twitch, which you mentioned earlier.
Okay, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. So, yeah, I've been playing like Super Nintendo and stuff and Game Boy, like the original Game Boy. So that was like
Yeah.
mid '90s,
Yeah,
late
that-
'90s.
That's what I started with too.
Yeah. So then I also play shit that's coming out like in 2018, and it's like it's hard to compare like Super Mario World on the SNES in the '90s to games that are coming out like in 2018. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
What's
it's
your
hard to
favorite?
say.
What's your favorite console? Is that the right verbiage?
Yeah, console probably. I mean, the old school SNES is just it's a
But what do you
badass
play?
little-
What do you play now? Like, what do you use mainly?
My favorite current console is the Xbox One. I like Xbox over PlayStation.
Yeah, so that's the big battle right there. But it's a battle where they're both fucking winning, I guess.
Yeah, PlayStation's ahead of Xbox's sales numbers, but when it comes down to like the technical specifics and all that stuff, they're about the same damn thing.
And what did you
Just
say
get
the
different
game?
games for each.
The game is you're playing the most right now?
Right now, they just had a beta. So beta is like an early release that the game hasn't come out yet, just to like test it and see what the functionality is and all that. But the Blackout beta, it's a battle royale game that was just out, and
That's the thing. It's like getting an album early or something.
yeah. And then but then it goes away. Then you don't get it for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then the full release comes out, and then you get to play it again. It's a little more polished. And all that,
So when you say beta, do you mean like they're kind of getting your opinions on it and shit?
Yeah, it used to be like a literal like technical test. So they would put out an early build. So there's like, okay, play it. We'll see what's broken. We'll fix what's broken before we actually launch the full game, right? But it's kind of turned into like a cheap way to get pre-orders. So they'll say you get access to the beta if you pre-order our game. So everybody obviously pre-orders the games they want to play the beta.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, definitely. So
That's why I need the fucking Wheeler video game.
there you go. Yeah, and then you just sell, pre-order beta and be good to go.
Amen to that.
Yeah, and if you do it, I'll play it and push it for you.
Yeah, we just gotta get someone to help us make it.
Definitely. Maybe we can.
Amen, brother. Well, I gotta catch up on a couple calls. Is that a bad way to end a podcast?
Nah, you're good, man. Nah, we talked about it before the podcast that you had some stuff going on, so just to let me know.
We were on here for a good while, right?
Yeah. I think about 50 minutes. I don't know. Some of that early talk will be cut out, but it's going to be like a 45 minute thing, I think.
Yeah. So that was that's enough time.
Yeah, we
That's
didn't
enough
cheap anybody.
fuckers to pre-order my new record and follow you on, and I'll put out, tell me what to put on my socials, and I'll tell people to do it.
For sure, yeah. I'll send you the link whenever I put it up.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you doing this as always, man.
Yeah, not a problem at all, man. It was good talking to you again.
I'm glad you got to come out to a show.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully I can see another one sometime in the near future.
Yeah, we're always out in that area. I don't know when it'll, I don't know if I'm going to take a break, for a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Well, if you do, I'll definitely hit you up, man. So thanks for joining me. This has been Wheeler Walker Jr. He's got his new album, WW3, coming out November
30th.
November 30th.
Thanks for getting it right, because everyone's just like calling it World War III. It ain't called World War III.
I've slipped up many times, just like talking to friends, like, "Hey, you gonna get World War III?" I mean, shit, WW3. So, but yeah, podcast.
Well,
always, man.
I'm William Walker Jr. and my son is William Walker III, aka WW3. So I named it after him. But that being said, like I said, putting this album out, as always for me, it's going to be World War III putting it out, with these fuckers trying to shut me down. So.
Fighting the big corporations, the man.
Yep, that's what I do. I fight the man. I make country music, I curse, and I fight the man. That's a full-time job, man.
That's how it should be. Well, all of his information will be in the description. I'll have his website on there. You can check out his tour. You can pre-order the album, all that good stuff. And I'll have his Twitter on there, too.
You probably got a lot of weed smokers in your audience. Have them check out the new song, I Like
definitely.
Smoking Pot a lot.
Oh yeah, which is a great music video. I enjoyed it a lot. I think I saw one of the weed magazines or something featured you guys too. High Times or something.
High Times, yeah.
Yeah, pretty badass.
The biggest weed magazine of all time. So that was cool.
Yeah, definitely. All right, man. Well, thank you very much for joining me, and hopefully we'll get
Thanks,
to do it
dude.
again sometime.
Definitely, man. You're the best. Thanks again.
Thank you, man. All right, have a good one.
See ya.